Everyone, welcome. Thank you so much for viewing the Sometimes Kingdom Autumn live stream, The House of Eaves, a haunted house crawl using the grit system. We are now in part 4, the exciting, decisive showdown of our adventure. Welcome everybody to Season's Keep, the magical realm that's just around the corner and always a little bit in the past, where the dead don't die and everything is alive. Previously, in the autumn island of Copia, on the coast of Brassica, in the splendid port of Turnip, the city decided to get in on the new enthusiasm for a more commercialized Halloween by erecting not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 haunted houses, one from every island Season's Keep: summer, autumn, winter, and the other one. Despite the overwhelming success of this gimmick, things started to go wrong almost immediately, and the ghosts who were hired to work the haunted houses got spooked, which would take a lot. 4 registered adventurers were hired by the haunted house actors themselves to investigate what was going on before the winter haunted house, the haunted House of Freeze, was blamed for everything. And investigate they did, discovering that the manager of the Pavilion of the Seasons was lying about a sequence of events. Using magic and deduction, they discovered one of the actors had been swallowed up by the ground, and with a cardboard lightning attack and a few skeleton friends to make their way down, they made their way down and discovered an old and ancient basement level in the ground, the House of Eaves, and rescued the great undead actor barracks. Making their way upwards through hazardous architecture, they houred the House of Breeze, the Autumn House, derailing some monkeys' polycult shenanigans by the house itself and saving Ixbenine, the Foley Fox, for all the haunted houses, from a sonic poltergeist. They made their way up and down the house using Healy magic to find out what was disturbing the stately set piece. Some sort of stain within its mind and in its structure was disrupting it. Deep in the interior, they met the avatar of the House of Eaves itself, a shuffling creature with projector eyes and rotting wallpaper skin. It showed them a very cryptic film from its own point of view in its own eyes, witnessing a woman receiving a vile file from some stranger. Arson Fahrenheither was confronted outside by accident, and after being temporarily disarmed, fled using journey magic into the House of Breeze. The party is convening inside in the main antechamber of the House of Breeze, the Autumn House, and the fight is on with a furious special effects manager with some kind of scheme. That brings us to now, the conclusion of the House of Eaves. Why don't we go round robin and tell everybody who you are? DCI Beans.
Okay, great. I am a cop in magical medieval times who's been transformed into an animal. So I used to be a human, and now I find myself a skunk. I live in the city, and we just got off a sabbatical of 1 year trying to find the witch who bevexed me. I did not find her. So I'm still a skunk. And I think right now I am running toward the combat, but I'm sort of not quite there, Ethan?
Yes, I believe that you threw a raspberry grenade into the air, and that is where we left.
That's right. Yes, so I was going to use my one on my character sheet's interesting magical weapon, which is a grenade that causes a very sticky situation for those it hits, because it explodes with hot jam, magical hot jam that burns them and holds them down. So we'll see what happens.
Magical hot glue jam.
Magical hot glue jam.
That's how you get ants. Yeah.
This is how you get ants.
Oh, that's got to be a part of the commercial for it. It's how you get ants. And that's the
freeze frame.
There's like a bunch of birds like crowding around trying to get the ants afterwards.
Oh God! Oh, so many beaks.
Yeah, and then like a bunch of cats start like coming to kill all the birds.
Yeah,
a bunch of dogs start coming to kill all the cats.
Then a bunch of
I
flying
think
sharks.
And then an old lady swallows the cow that swallows the cat that swallowed the bird.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we feed it to Milky White.
I think a cream white would be better. We don't do banter here.
No
Or
banter.
we-
at
No
all.
banter.
Yeah.
Guys, this will be no fun.
We don't do banter on this show.
No.
Yeah.
So where is everyone else when the grenade is thrown?
Which we all, to the rest of us, introduce ourselves.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah, we've got to introduce
Yeah, I think it was a segue.
Yeah.
segue. Ah! I'm just singing.
Bessemer, you're up.
But I'm Bessemer. I'm never sing, but I'm singing. I have a note here that says session 3 ends with a cliffhanger And me still singing, which is about all I know.
Best Ever Never Sing is a character called an alienist, which is a type of healer which uses mental mind magic to cure what is
I
ailing.
know that. I could have told them
Well,
that.
the
Sorry.
audience needs to know these things too.
Good job.
Thanks, Jill. It's piping. We're piping. I believe you are singing despite everything coming crashing down around you, which seems appropriate for them.
Yeah, and I'm not rickrolling everyone for sure.
Not in the slightest.
No.
Fasole.
Yeah, so I'm playing Fasole Giltaruna, the Knight of the Bone Kugel, and he is a demon, though he calls himself an angel. And he is basically a bright, like maraschino cherry red demon with like demon horns, wearing a full, like slightly less bright red suit of armor, but with no weapons, because demons are not allowed to use weapons in this game. And he does have an anvil strapped to his back that's also hastily painted red, but like has a lot of, paint damage if you hit an anvil. Anyway, he is standing. He's basically standing like right in the path of getting harmed. He's about to get hit.
And let's move on to Hirsute.
Hey, I'm also a Glitzeruna, but I'm a skeleton. Did I come out like that? Who can say? Am I also a demon, but a skeleton? I don't know. I mean, I'm not an anthropologist.
Not yet.
You could say. But I can use weapons, though. So culturally, I'm not bound by that rule, at least.
By the demon code.
Yeah. But I am Fasole's brother, and did I get to meet up? Because I remember Arson I stabbed Arson in the hand, and she teleported away from me.
That's
I think
right.
I'm still running.
Oh,
Didn't we
yeah.
meet up like right?
You
at the end?
are about 10 feet away from the house, as I recall. You are hoofing it as
Or
fast
did
as
I
you can
meet
to get back
with
to the
you?
House of Breeze.
I thought we
remember
were
if
all
I-
around the same doorway.
Mm-hmm. The doorway which Arson has just approached or just gotten through
Yeah.
with this raspberry grenade being lobbed into the air.
Did she drop the wand? No, right?
No, although she can't use a two-hand at the moment.
Right.
Kind you throw on the House of Eaves floor. Raspberry grenade. If you throw it, then it puts some jam on your floor.
Raspberry grenade. If you hit
Please.
me, it will be reduced by my DR, which is 4.
Amazing.
Never
I
stop
like this.
singing.
Let's keep this going.
Yeah. Well, see you in the after party. All right. So I believe DCI Beans. It is now time for I believe this is a roll to combat, and this is going to be a check on this raspberry grenade.
Great. Yes, I'm going to roll a d6, which is my combat. I am a thinker, not a fighter. Should I? I don't have almost no grit.
Yeah, you're running pretty ragged at this point.
No, let's just hope. I'm tossing it with my skunk mouth, with the pin comes out and stays in my teeth, and I say something drawl, and then the raspberry grenade tumbles forward toward my target, and also maybe some of my friends. They're not really friends; they're colleagues. I just met them earlier
Colleagues,
today.
professional workplace
friends.
associates.
I rolled a 3 to hit.
You are in luck. That is a 2.
Yes, I knew this would happen.
Yeah.
Grenade. This is what the theme song for the Raspberry Grenade
That's-
We're
is.
gonna be rolling damage in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, right, damage. Okay, so Raspberry Grenade says D10 plus 1 plus Jammy. So I'm going to roll a D10 for the damage and add 1. And I got a 4 plus 1, so it's 5 damage. And the target is stuck and suffers disadvantage on all move checks until they burn 1 standard action, so spend 1 entire round cleaning up. So they're not like cobwebbed flat onto the floor, but they're just like in a big pile, like a half a human-sized pile of steaming hot burning raspberry that's very, very sticky, almost like a caramel made of raspberry. So she can move, but she's like moving in weird, slow, gross, like goop motion.
And to any fan artists watching this, if you draw that, you will get put on a list.
a list
Be
and
it a good
also
list or a bad list, we will not tell you right now.
2 lists. You'll get put on 2 lists. One is very lucrative. The other is very dangerous. For you, not for anybody else. Wow. So
What do we think? How much do we think this jam and this grenade? Do we think it's like alcoholic at all?
No,
No.
I don't think so. No.
No.
Okay,
I see where
wanted
you were
to
going
know.
with this.
I just wanted to ask,
Mhm.
for scientific reasons.
Just asking questions, just thinking.
We could
about
just
this.
buy alcohol.
Hmm.
That's really not why.
I mean, well, sorry. What I mean is there might be alcohol. There's probably alcohol. So these are like, what's it called? Haunted house people and like basically
You know,
theater.
Rennies.
people.
They're Rennies.
Yeah, they're basically.
I've worked at Ren fairs.
Yeah, so they definitely have alcohol somewhere.
They
Here.
do. They do.
Probably hidden
probably
in a
fine.
number of places. Probably under your feet right now. I think
Probably
you're
under your
you're
floorboards.
probably holding alcohol at this moment.
I'm probably drinking it while I'm singing. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think given that we're a human, a demon, a skeleton, and a skunk, we would all need different intoxicants.
Just little different, slight variations.
My character was tripping the entire last episode. I think I'm still
is
coming
correct.
down on the back end from having
Yeah, 'cause you licked
imbibed
that
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you licked cursed floor stain, and things started getting real fast.
I know it's just a lack of oxygen to my shrunken brain, but it really feels deep. Like I really went somewhere, man. You know what I mean? Like I went somewhere and I'm still here, and it's the same place, but I went somewhere.
Well, because wherever you go, there you be.
You get it.
Yeah. Arson, meanwhile, is furious because she was, up until 30 seconds ago, drinking alcohol out of a flask and now cannot reach it because she's encumbered by jam. Her flame red hair, which is actually burning, not from the jam, but from some sort of eternal aesthetic magic, is now burning blue with fury. But she is still stuck in place until it is her turn to try and act. So, given all of this, Fasole, you are the one who is immediately in the vicinity. Why don't you go next?
Yeah, Fasole just walks up to her, like squelching in this burning raspberry muck with his armored boots. He's going to have to clean those later, though. It's going to be difficult because they are basically the same color.
I'll help you, brother.
They're going to smell like raspberry for a long time. Is sort of what you get. And he is just going to put his hands on his hips and say, "Are we really doing this?"
I'm singing, but I love it.
Why don't you say it like you're singing it?
All I have, did any of you watch Dragon? No, you didn't. I had
Dragon
little
Tales?
sisters when I was younger.
Yeah,
We-
Dragon Tales.
Dragon Tales. I was gonna go, I love it.
Yeah,
like that
Wheezy.
obnoxious to
Yeah.
dragon.
Yeah, it's a two-headed dragon, and they're twins. And Zach is the like very nervous one, and Wheezy is the outgoing, trill voice
Extroverted,
one.
shrill, performative, exhibitionist one.
I mean, they don't wear clothes. They're all exhibitionists.
That's true.
Mm.
Especially with them losing their scales all over the place, like nudists. Like, what the hell?
Amazing.
Very strange. Very well. This is
Wow, that was a deep cut. Thank you.
it's a deep cut, but I
Thanks
also
for going to PBS with me.
I never saw that show. I was too old, so it's a piece of obscure pop culture that I
did
have
see
never
it.
learned about. Dragons, you say? I must learn.
Mm.
So let's see. Are you attempting to calm her down, or were you simply throwing off one of your famous Fasole bon mots?
Yes.
She is enraged right now. So I think for this you are going to have to do a check.
Yeah. Charm, I assume.
Yes, indeed.
Here we go. That is a 12. I got my little Stillfleet logo.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a 5. So she's starting to like she's just like seething, trying to move like big globules of jam like off of her, just sort of like getting it out of like this sort of range, and it's like
delicious.
Stuff is so hard, it hurts so much. I hate all of you so very much. This wasn't supposed to be like this. You were just supposed to come here, do a little look around, How's your business? Business is great. Oh, well, I guess it's Winter's fault. Gotta go. I'll get paid. I'll leave.
Why don't you just shadow us?
You moved a little too fast and underground, and then the dang ground healed up after you.
Why didn't you just simply not kidnap 2 members of your staff and not do any of this stupid shit?
Kidnap? I didn't kidnap the staff. I was just hoping people would forget about them. Look, guys, honestly, help me out of this crap. Please. She's like pointing to the disgusting gelatinous aspect.
You tried to kill me.
That's, the tempers were hot,
No,
really,
pretty cool.
Well,
Skeleton with a vest.
Well,
now a skunk is threatening her with a gun. And while doing that,
skunk's got a gun.
also trying to ask, what the hell is actually going on? Like, if you didn't kidnap them, then who did, etc., etc. But it's very muffled.
It's very muffled. It's like trying to hear that.
I got a follow-up question too.
Talk away. I guess interviews are still going on. That's very good. So Arsene Fahrenheit has calmed down a little bit. Her hair has gone from a flaming blue back down to a burning red, and is starting to attempt to extricate herself, and is not having. Oh yeah, no, she's having terrible luck doing this. So she is stuck for the moment, trying her her level best to answer your question. She says, I didn't kidnap them. That's just some bad stuff with the house. Look, we were just trying to make all of this work.
Oh, I didn't kidnap them. The house that I put here kidnapped them, and then I made sure that they stayed lost forever. I had no culpability at all.
I didn't. I had the opposite of culpability. The non-culpability. I was the one trying to keep the house from doing anything. That's why.
Why did you make the house that way?
I didn't make the house. The
Yes,
house
you
was already
did.
here. The house was here.
Why did you sacrifice the soul of whatever poor person, or I don't know how rich they were, whoever person, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Refer to the last few minutes of the last episode. That thing I said.
Yeah, no. Let's clearly we're all passions are running high at the moment. We're all just trying to do our professional best here. So I kept the house in place. The wood stain that we added to the house was to make sure that no shenanigans would possibly happen. It's hard to find places where all 4 seasonal schools of magic can exist in one place at one time without untoward effects happening. And we found the perfect place right here in the seasonal pavilion. It's actually why we had the seasonal pavilion here in the first place.
Meanwhile, am I still singing and things are coming crashing down while this is being
Are you
said?
still in the basement, or have you made your way back up again?
Still there with everyone else left.
In the background,
So I
see
just want you to know, because I've had a lot to say.
You are still.
I would never have been quiet during all of this. So
you're still with the house avatar.
I'm not having a blasty blast Florence and the machining it up with this shadow man trying to figure out his trauma. Just letting you all know.
Because I think that I was down there too, but I thought we then beelined it up to the doorway.
Well then perhaps I leave it in your capable hands, because you see, I do not remember from the last episode. So if you would like to be downstairs with our house guy, or if you'd like to be up with the main sort of conflagration at the moment, either one works for me.
I think
also this is one flight of stairs.
More interesting.
You're gonna what? Say that again.
I'm gonna stay away because it's more interesting.
All right,
and because I genuinely don't remember. But I have a note that says
stands
still
for
singing.
Bessemer.
Yeah, can we take 10 minutes just to fast forward through the last episode? We just
everybody pause live. We'll stop time, and then we'll go backwards.
Tarantino.
No, the Tarantino would be if there had been 6 A, B, C, D, and E plots, and now we're finally getting to the one that capstones them all.
In a way, that's how you and I
normally talk.
Yeah, I know.
That's a normal story for us, right? Okay.
I know.
Okay.
So, Arsene is trying to not lose her temper and blow her stack, as it were. Explaining this. So this section here, we put all 4 houses, one of which I should mention was shipped at great cost from Winter itself. One of each of the 4 seasons of the houses were placed over this ruins of this place or whatever, which for whatever reason seems to be capable of holding all of them without any untoward effects happening. But just to make sure, and really just to honestly keep labor problems down a little bit, so might have added just a little bit of an extra sauce to it. I thought really this was going to be the thing that is just going to keep everything going good, going well, going smoothly. So really, honestly, I think I'm the hero of this, really, because I was simply trying to make everything work.
That's not how heroes are made.
Yeah, heroes are forged.
No, you kill everyone else, and then you get to tell your own story.
Huh.
Yeah. I think I dropped the derringer from my mouth so I can speak more clearly and say, okay, so you're saying you did not cause the house to be wacky and dangerous and try to consume itself and everyone inside of it, but you kind of know what did, because there was something here before the houses, before the 4 haunted houses.
Yeah,
there was another thing.
There's a structure. This whole place is the sod and the ground and what have you. It's all the ruins of some old manor or castle or structure. I don't know, but for whatever reason, it seems like it might predate and she sort of trails off, getting into very politically dicey territory. She says, the structure predates the seasonal system of magic. Whatever that means, whatever that entails, it means that all 4 of the houses can be here with no problems whatsoever. However, given the spotty history of haunted houses in this great world of ours, I thought maybe just adding a little bit of an extra anchor might make things go a little smoother. And it turns out it did not. But really, I think in the end, it seems to have all worked out. So why don't you just let me out of this thing, and I can make sure you all...
I'm about to stab her again, actually.
Yeah. What is the extra thing you added? Please describe it succinctly.
Yeah, before I stab you again.
You're going to be stabbed and/or shot.
Yeah, well, it's a very particular kind of it's made from the bolls of a gall wasp that happened to be from a particular bog tree, and it was given to me by a very reputable source, who said it was just perfect for this sort of thing. It's a wood stain. It's a sort of self-applying wood stain, which makes it best. All we had to do was pour it onto the house, and the rest of it sort of took care of itself. Yeah, just one vial.
Now, which house did you pour it on? Because I do believe that all the houses have been merged in sort of a topsy-turvy style maze situation.
Oh, yes.
And now they're aging people.
Well, they're eating people they would have been partially digested. They weren't, didn't find them in pieces, did you?
We literally did.
Yeah.
Oh. She gets very quiet all of a sudden. Oh. Well, he might have had a tumble. I don't know. I put him in all of them.
No, he was like, this house is eating me. I have no skin and meat on me. I'm just bones.
Oh,
something of that nature.
Who said that? Was it Barracks? He's very
Barracks
dramatic.
is missing his legs.
He's very
he was like attached to the Eaves.
He'll turn up.
So
So
all the houses are beplagued with the magical plague from before the seasonal schools of magic.
You're making it sound so dramatic. It's a simple wood stain for suppressing local, just general animatic forces. It's again, this was purchased from a very legitimate source. I don't really.
Were you afraid the houses were going to move? What were you trying to keep from happening?
Oh well, she said that really breezy.
I was doing.
Well, as they say, sometimes the different schools of magic, summer, autumn, winter, the other one, they balance themselves out pretty well, but they don't always play together well in the same space. And given that 4 haunted houses together, if one were to take certain legalistic tacks of magic, might be considered the same space, rather than really try and, hire a ton of extra book majors and like a local zoning board and all the time sussing out like, why don't we just do this quickly? Why don't we just just suppress the local animatic force and make sure that all 4 seasons could do their thing and everything's hunky-dory. Which honestly, if it hadn't started really, it sounds like, I guess in some obscure, oblique way, devouring the people who work in them. I still think it would have worked out pretty well.
Hey, Bessemer, how's the local animatic force down there?
Not thrilled. In fact, the words I'm getting are decidedly not hunky-dory, is what I'm hearing.
Oh shit! Wait, what? What? You're? Is she talking to the basement? I'm a little confused.
Yes,
I'm singing.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was funny to quote them when I was admonishing them. I figured I had some sort of hearing. I didn't know you could call me on it. I was going for a moment.
So we're going to need the name of your source because I think we need to work backwards and try to contain this problem of suppressed animacy kind of giving into its dark side, maybe like a Return of the Repressed kind of situation you've unleashed.
I walked up out of the basement.
Oh, yeah, okay, there. Oh, you see, you're all you're
the
alive.
house is like a rights violation. I don't know of what, but of a thing. Of anything.
We're going to need to form that board that you didn't form to now deal with the situation. You realize you just caused the problem you were trying not, to avoid.
I think that seems very overblown.
And if there is a jail
so
for
what
you,
else would you call this situation then?
Well, it wasn't like it was unsupervised. We hired we hired somebody to keep a watch over it. Honestly, this is on them. They were the ones who hooked me up with the supplier in the first place. I think really, that's the person or the entity that you should be really furious at, honestly.
Save it for the insert name of authorities in Turnip.
No,
save it for
your
infrastructure that has yet to be gridded out yet.
Save it for your therapist, because you are having a very big problem with taking responsibility, young person.
Oh, we got better.
We are. I guess. Well, we're in the house of Breeze right now. I mean, would you like to talk to my supplier? I can get them right now.
Yes. Stay. You tell us where the supplier is, and we bring the supplier
who
to
is your supplier? You just keep saying your supplier.
Yeah.
DCI Beans, ask the fucking follow-up question. You're acting like you've been tripping for days.
Is that me speaking? Because that's what I would say to myself. Who is your supplier?
Well, that's a who. Yeah, I'm gonna consider it a who. They were sort of here to just sort of keep an eye on the magic and the labor and just make sure everything went smoothly. And then they failed at their job. No. My job is to manage the entire pavilion of the seasons. In addition to this, the haunted house quadrant is just one of many different places. I had to delegate this one, and honestly, they seemed like they knew what they were talking about.
What you're saying is you're not even capable of this one. So how could you possibly be managing the other areas as well?
Yeah, exactly. No.
You've just admitted that you're not qualified for this position. Okay, we'll have that taken care of. So you doesn't seem like you should be in your job anymore. We'll have that remedied very, very quickly. Thank you for all the information. Or talk.
And the fairgrounds have been evacuated, so money, please.
Yes.
Oh, you all seem to be under the impression that I'm the one who hired you. It was the haunted house union that hired you. I was simply here delegating authority and running an entire season.
I sliced a line in her arm.
Okay, all right. Oh, she's like, her hair turns blue again. She's like, oh, you're gonna burn for that one. What? I didn't say that. Working on my anger. We're all just friends here. We're pals. Fine. If you
Pretty
want to
hot
meet,
to cremate me.
yeah. Well, we'll see what we can get. Okay, I'll introduce
Are you
you.
just casually making threats because you don't know what else to say? Is that your filler language? Threats.
Making threats. You're the one who just stabbed me, not once, but twice.
Those aren't threats. Those are actions. That's what we're looking for from you.
Yes, who hired us and where is the money?
Oh,
The union hired us.
the union
Okay,
hired
where's
us.
the money?
they
Wherever
all
the ghosts have
evacuated.
been evacuated to. So, you could just
All
go.
right,
Who
and
is the
as
manager of
their
the haunted
as
house
their
division?
manager,
Yeah.
we
you
expect you
like
to
to-
have the money.
Would you like to meet the supervisor that I delegated the authority to look over this very delicate magical situation and the balancing of the season's magic and all of that?
First, your
Listen.
supplier. Second,
Yeah.
the money.
That's the same person.
Okay, then great. Then that's really just the one thing then.
Great, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna need some help here. And you hear a voice, which you had heard about an hour ago, dim and distantly, while you were casting Brain Candle, Bessemer. You hear a weird, sort of squeaky, dramatic voice from right nearby saying, "I told you it is not to do this. You were messing around." The dark wood-stained staircase of the House of Breeze slowly starts to uncoil itself. It almost looks like it's raising up on its haunches. Both sides
Wait,
of
it's
the
a
spiral
feet
staircase.
guy?
What?
It's a feet guy?
What feet guy?
Like he likes being stepped on? Is that what's going on?
Oh,
So why he was a staircase?
It was a staircase.
Because
The
he likes being
staircase-
stepped on.
Are you asking that in character?
Yes.
I wasn't in here before. This is just my normal form.
A staircase, because you like people stepping on you.
Hey, are any of you from Winter originally?
That's us too.
That's us too.
I thought so.
So as the staircase uncoils itself and tries to rebut a very frank question about whether or not it likes to be stepped on, this 2-story tall staircase of this very dark stained wood with these elegant spiky spindles turns itself around, coiling like a snake towards you, and on the very top of it is a truly unsettling face. A face built right into, much like your paper towel friend. It is not cartoonish. It is animated, and in real life, that is an uncanny and horrifying sort of experience. You two are from Winter, and seeing as how you're both mercs from various bestiaries or warning pamphlets, you know who this is. This is Balustrade, the vampire staircase.
So wait, so she hired a staircase to wind through all the houses and like
She hired
take care of them.
She hired she did not know he was solely a staircase. She hired a certain entity who can take on various guises and forms, but must be invited in, and so was invited into the domicile, whereupon which he then sold a vial of woodstain, which he promised and assured her would take care of all of her problems, and that he, magnanimous person that he was, would even be willing to be hired to watch over the situation just in case.
Wait, I'm sorry, he was the wood stain.
He was the wood stain all along.
And he became stairs.
You licked him, Beans.
I
What's
licked
he
it.
taste like?
Oh, sunshine, but like seen through one of those things where you jiggle it in a bunch of rocks and make the sun look like 16 little suns.
Oh.
This guy's a huge perv.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure he's a defender. Like, he's on a registry, for sure.
Yeah, I think it is officially a sex pest act in Turnip to sell your varnish when you are also a wooden product that is animate. But it's complicated legal. Well, I will let them sort that out. This is not for us to decide.
You
But
biped
morally-
saint getting your heads in the gutter. Good God.
You do like being stepped on, though. We know that for true. That's what it says in the bestiary.
Smash cut back to your undergraduate training. Underlined 3 or 4 times. Definitely likes being stepped on. What an asshole.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess, can you come with us so we can get paid by saying, look, this is the problem, and also maybe can you leave the houses alone? Let's try talking nicely. See, I'm not shooting first, but I do have a gun.
The gun, the gun, the gun, the gun. Oh yes, he's going to reach for his gun. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes.
It's a much slobbered on Derringer with so many fang marks in the handle.
Gonna reach for a gun for his gun.
So he says, well, seeing as how you've got me dead to rights in my little domicile, I suppose I could do that alternatively. I can instantly cast Sticky Paws, and is about to make a move check to take your Derringer out of your hands using a weird scatter shot of spindles which launch off of his carapace.
Can I?
Should we roll for initiative?
Indeed you do.
All right.
Well, this is presumably an ambush that happens first, so we should let this
Yeah.
resolve and then we roll for initiative.
All right. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have that move.
Okay, fine. If you don't want us to win,
I mean, I'm playing a very legalistic character, so let me just...
despicable,
It's a you know, it's an actual
Lawful.
play.
fucking neutral.
Neutral.
Oh,
AdMab.
wait. So what? And
Um,
what are we rolling?
Move.
Yeah.
But does Balustrade successfully steal my Derringer from the paw I'm stepping on? You know.
Yes, indeed he does.
Okay.
So yeah, with a clankety clank of these banisters, pulls
The
the Derringer
staircase
out
has
of the
a
hand.
gun.
Staircase has a gun.
The staircase is putting a slobber-covered Derringer at a skunk. This is great.
Yeah.
I love this
Yeah,
game,
this
Ethan.
is-
Yeah.
This is expected.
It's
So-
very Beauty and the Beast. I love. It's good. It's like Beauty and the Beast meets Tim Burton.
Put our
Right.
service to the test.
All right, so now we're rolling initiative. So,
Now
I-
you're rolling initiative. Yeah.
I let out a string of expletives and skunk, and then
Yeah.
act. Yeah, that's a 3. That's
What does that sound like? Thank you so much.
That was wonderful. I
only took like 6 weeks of skunk in grad school, so I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I don't mean to be offensive to anyone who speaks skunk, but
That's cool elective though.
Got sort of like
Yeah.
a weasel accent going on, but that's just where you were. That's where the school was, really.
Boston. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
all right. I got a 3 on it. I don't know if
for you,
everyone else is
Boston.
rolling.
Yeah, I got it too.
And Middlebury, Cambridge is next after that.
I got it too. Somerville after that.
Hmm.
I have a 10.
You can go Cambridge, Somerville, Arlington,
9.
Watertown.
A
Newton?
Boston skunk.
I-
Well, you are DCI Beans. You went to Bean.
Yeah, sure. That's where it comes from.
Beantown, drink
Yeah.
that dirty water, motherfuckers.
I thought we were bean themed, except
Yeah.
Erica's is like a
I
real
didn't get the
person.
memo about it.
People eat beans.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, we're still real people.
A
We just
bean
happen
could
to have
sing.
bean shit.
Never.
I'm just a small bean singing my little heart out.
A human
We all-
being. Oh, that's it. I'm a human being. That's
Yeah,
right.
there you go.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah, well, it's been
That's
fun. This
a
has
wrap.
been.
It was a joke. It's not a rap. Stay.
All right, Ethan, you
It's
got
not
everybody's
allowed
initiative?
I got a
I got
9.
it
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Say them all one more time. I'm putting them in a thing.
Two. I got it too.
I love that the balloon thing happening for you guys too.
Yes.
Okay.
Fasole also got a 2. Hersik got a
Mine
10. And I got a 3. It's in the private chat as well.
You guys are
Honestly.
Which I don't seem
Oh.
to have access to, which is very annoying.
I wonder if other gestures
On the right?
like what about a middle finger? What happens when I do this? Nothing? No.
Nothing?
No demon
your
face.
finger looks kind of short.
Our channel gets
face.
doxxed, or whatever it's
I
called.
mean, is my finger? Oh, my finger looks short too.
Like no, it looks
snap.
normal to me.
Are they going to
just-
visually block this? Like, do they have
I don't
an
know.
option telling if we throw up any sort
I
of
don't know
like
why.
rude
My hand-
gesture?
Like when you just do the middle finger, it looks shorter than because it's longer than all the other ones, right? But like when
Yeah.
you do just the
On
middle
most
finger, it
people.
looks shorter
Anatomically on most
than
people.
and everything
But-
else. I don't know. Than it's supposed to.
Okay, here's it. You're going first.
Yeah, I'm gonna Stab him.
Stab him.
I kind of have like one trick, and it's
And that's
honestly
stabbing.
it's pretty good.
It's a good trick.
Nice.
Stabbing's pretty. If it's effective,
Yeah,
it's
stab him
direct.
twice.
Double stab.
Can they bleed?
Don't bring a knife to a stair fight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And
Staring contest.
unless otherwise stated, any sort of animated entity can bleed. What is
All right.
bleeding is up to descriptions.
So 7 grit. That's unfortunate, but
Oof. How are you doing grit wise? No, don't tell me. That's fine.
no. I mean, I still had more grit than everyone else.
Mm,
Yeah, I'm
Until now.
working on low grit.
excellent.
So I'm gonna roll twice to hit. Sorry.
Go for it.
I keep losing. I have 223 tabs. I need to stop. I need to find a solution to this.
It's an energy hog.
I'll just
Yeah, I
roll
mean, if you
2d8.
close one tab, then you have 222, which is kind of a fun number.
Ah,
If you
fuck.
close one tab, another tab opens.
A 3 and a 1. That's why I rolled. To stab the. I've been trying to shoehorn the Saddam Hussein in a hole image somewhere here. I've just been thinking about it. Someone
What?
mentioned it.
Well, yeah, the
Yeah.
Saddam Hussein's hole is under the House of Eaves.
Oh, I see. So under the house, that's under the house is a
You know how
spider
they found
hole
them in that
in
hole? Wasn't that wild?
It's a long time ago.
It was
I was a
wild.
child. Anyway, a 3 and a 1.
A 3 to 1. So the first one is dodged, or I guess in this case, definitely parried by a hanging piece of dark stained wood. But the other one hits true.
Oh, okay. Wow. Actually, her suit is kind of embarrassed for him.
Really?
To be fair. Those two hit him. Those were not his best.
Hmm.
Like a real.
Oh no, just the one hit.
Your priorities are in a strange place, Hirsute.
No,
I
it's
love
just like he's like
He's
really
certainly
that
noble.
hit you?
Yeah,
I feel like, yeah.
I was like, that hit you? That's a little. I don't know.
Her
Yeah,
suit
ever-
noble.
Ever heard a gothic staircase?
Oh
scream
my
before?
god! I rolled a 1 for.
Yes.
But I've always wanted to.
You've done a 1 damage. Ooh.
And they bleed for 1d4.
Okay, well that'll do it.
Sorry, d4. So I roll a d4 as well.
Go for it.
While rolling. Oh, 4 bleed.
1. Okay, that'll do it. 4 bleed.
Yeah.
1 damage.
That's
Yeah.
my turn.
Well, Agarthic, I guess does this count as like a staircase ex machina in a situation like that? Except that, I don't know. It sounds a little something like this.
Wouldn't
No,
it be like
I thought it was
Deus
sound more
Ex
like
Staircase?
I feel like all the weird gothic harpsichord music starts later. Or actually, just imagine that like Rockwell, somebody's watching me is playing in the background of this. Exactly.
Oh, yeah. I
Weirdly
was thinking Stairway to Heaven.
a musical from the 1990s on Earth. Or the 80s.
80s, yeah.
Sleep, he sang to me. Dun dun. It's very good for
see.
stairs.
Well, now bleeding a
Enchanters.
turpentine smelling wood stain and furious that some very small blood-filled mortal has not only managed to attack them but draw ichor.
Oh no,
well,
I don't have any blood.
oh, that's
I'm a
right.
skeleton, remember?
Oh yeah,
Bones do have blood in them.
got marrow.
Oh yeah, you're right. I have marrow.
I need
Marrow
to think
filled.
about that. How alive the bones are, or versus how desiccated. Very interesting question to return to.
Also, what color are they? Because have they been bleached?
That's a good point.
And are there little wisps of fascia hanging off of the periosteum, or is it a clean cut?
Well, somebody's a healer.
Tortilla chip colored. Actually,
There better be drips of fascia hanging off of them. That's the way.
Because it's cool and gross looking. Let's see.
Obviously. Duh, everybody.
no.
Well, also, are the
totally not.
joints complete, or are they sort of like hovering?
Yeah.
I don't think there's any fascia because I'm groomed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Like you push your cuticles back.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's very neat. I like that. That's like a gentleman assassin sort of look to it.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you're edged up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like sort of like
Mhm.
slick back hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, up next is a very furious and stain-bleeding Balustrade, who turns using his full height, which is quite tall in this big antechamber space, looking down directly at Arson and saying, like, "You said you would make this work. Oh well," and then slams his face directly into the wood paneling of the floor of the House of Eaves and casts Gravitas. There is a vibration that starts up in the floorboards. Then the floorboards start moving, and then the walls start vibrating, and then the chandelier, which has been dropped onto the ground, also covered in this bizarre stain, is also rattling, and everybody starts to feel themselves floating up into the air a little bit. Gravitas can either double or reduce by half the local gravity of any region in which combat happens. For the next...
but sorry, if it's reducing by half, we wouldn't be floating. We would just weigh half as much, right?
That's correct.
Well, so we could jump a little extra.
You could jump a little extra.
Be, yeah. Like
but you are going to be suffering a -2 on all move checks until the end of this scene, which in this case will be this combat round.
D4 -2 is such a good number for move.
I like that number for you. I do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Up next is DCI Beans.
Right. So were we outside or inside? Sorry, Ethan. What room are we in again?
You are in the main antechamber of the House of Breeze.
So as she was coming in, and some of us were going out. We're kind of at the entrance.
You basically lobbed a grenade right at her at the foyer.
In the foyer. Okay. Cool. And Balustrade is now like destroying the house and causing gravity to shift.
Just actively smashing stuff up.
Real Castlevania villainy.
Absolutely. Just like a high camp Castlevania.
I only have 4 grit left, but I'm gonna burn them. This seems very cheap looking at it. Oh no, it's Oh, I see. I have to roll. I guess assuming this works like Stillfleet, it's just gonna eat into my health if I don't have enough grit left, right? Because I'm at full health.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So
that's great.
I'm just gonna burn 4d4 grit, but I only have 4 grit left, so it's gonna be a bunch of health. But I'm going to cause giant wooden cutouts of lightning to fall from the ceiling, I guess, onto the balustrade and try to blow them up with lightning. Presumably, they will not like the lightning any more than the grounds did when I made a hole to get us in here in the first place. Oh my god, that's already a 4. I've only rolled 1 time. That's another 4. That's as bad.
-12 health.
That's
raising
a 1.
both paws into the air, like the crackle of ozone and electricity. And
Yeah.
Do you have 15 health?
And that's a 2. Okay, so that's a 3 plus an 8, so that's 11, and I have 4. So that's 7. I owe 7 out of health. But it's a 3-to-1 ratio, so I think I just die unless someone can save me.
Pick me.
Good thing
But
you came
yes,
upstairs.
I drop to the ground with no health or grit, but the thing still happens again if it's Stillfleet rules. So 4d6 damage of lightning drop. I need another d6. Okay, so I'm gonna roll 4d6, and then maybe I'll die, maybe I'll live. Who knows? I thought I would roll better than that. I guess I was just really gambling on that one.
Yeah,
That was terrible. Oh my god, and this is very low damage, actually. This is a terrible, terrible rolling situation. 1, 2, 3, and a 5. So that is 11 damage. All that for 11 damage.
11 damage.
You did more damage to yourself?
I did way more damage to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in this case, so mean.
That's what the brain of a skunk will do to you.
Yeah, I tell you.
Yeah.
The brain of a skunk, who is absolutely high on psilocybin, wood stain, and various other things.
Yeah.
Sans gun. So the air crackles with ozone, and then a cardboard and wood, nicely painted cloud forms within the ceiling of the antechamber itself, dropping 2 gruesomely incandescent bolts of cardboard lightning, striking Balustrade directly onto his head, platform, carapace, whatever the hell.
Landing.
And he landing true on his landing. he gives an electrified shriek, but then just so. And then the you smell burning turpentine, which is a disgusting, awful smell that I hope none of you ever smell. But it's not burning because it's not real lightning and it's not real fire. And then the steam and the smoke coming off of his looming form, he looms one head like a brontosaurus, or what are they called now? Like an apatosaurus, like looking around one on the others and says, "Oh, is that supposed to hurt?"
Excellent idea, Beans. Enjoy your rest. Enjoy your sleep. And then I, with my turn, use the floor is M dash, which essentially I stamp on the stairs with my left boot, and our ghost friend's enemy's hair suddenly becomes way larger and in a big, like, coiling snake-like motion burns the stairs for I'm going to burn 3 grit for that, for 3 damage automatically. And my actual goal here is to set the stairs aflame.
Excellent.
Since they are made
And
of wood.
I want to say I give you very much kudos for utilizing a location spell against an enemy who is, to a certain legalese, a location. That is truly, and also it is a non-combat spell, so as a demon, you are perfectly able to get away with it. That is truly, truly excellent. You're going to have to tell the Hierarch of Demonhood when you get home all about this one. It'll be very well received. You'll get a lot of really good, like, positively worded memos. After
the angels in heaven are going to love this.
Yes, the angels. So you are doing 3 damage, and you are attempting to set it on fire.
Yes, with
with
the ghost's hair, the ghost's flaming hair.
Excellent. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. This is going to be interesting in thinking about, like, burn damage on something like this. All right. So that was a lot of damage. And now Balustrade is on fire.
I'm bleeding.
Bleeding. Now bleeding ichor all around, which is quite disgusting. The sort of, like, gray fluid is now leaking off of it. And as it's happening, some of the fluid that is, like, covering the floor, that's covering some of the walls, that is covering the chandelier, it seems to be draining away a little bit from the house itself, almost as if Balustrade is attempting to pull some of its own ichor back into themselves, and in doing so looms up again and is now very much on fire, taking an additional 2 damage. Now, have you ever seen a staircase really angry?
No, I can really safely say I have not seen that.
You can, it is a really disturbing sight. It is this very, very tall Gothic stairwell, coiling around and uncoiling like a snake. Now with bloodshot, sort of, I guess, vortices or woodwork ingrained in one that sort of look like eyes, sort of look like a face, sort of looks like a mouth, dripping fluid, and then also one part of the landing now burning away and filling the air with this acrid smoke. He starts flailing around. The head wildly smashes into one wall, smashes into the other. Everybody is going to have to make 1 move roll. -2, I should also remind you, on account of the gravity.
0.
Ooh.
Damn.
Also 0 because dead.
Because dead.
I'm working on it. 4, but 4 minus 2 is 2.
2.
3.
Oh, you all got so insanely lucky on this move roll, let me tell you.
I love a crit fail.
I should have burnt some grit on that one. So large chunks of the house itself are starting to fall away. As it happened in one of the prior episodes, the wall itself is starting to sort of go through possible options, as some of the options are peeling away. It's like probabilities of the house and what the house could be are falling down. But as they're falling on you, they are crumbling to dust instantly.
Not to ask the teacher for homework, but I got a 0, so that's less than a 1, right?
That's true.
Same.
So this is happening. So all of this is happening except for fasole and for beans. Beans, you are immediately dumped on. Like it is turning to dust, but like a large chunk of the house fell on you, and it's such a large amount of dust that you are basically now like encumbered and buried in this this strange probabilistic house ghost powder. Put that on a t-shirt. And fasole, you at first I think are dodging deftly one panel, a second panel, a third panel, and then the fourth panel hits you squarely on the head, and it is extremely heavy because it was a load-bearing panel. One of the beams from the ceiling itself. Now, granted, this haunted house is technically a set, but its bones were built pretty well. So a very large wooden beam clunks you on the head.
I wouldn't want a set to fall on me.
Yeah, that is 2 damage instantly with no way to dodge.
Okay, well that doesn't matter because I have DR4, so I take 0 damage.
Well, there, fantastic. What kind of armor do you have, by the way? Do you have official knight armor or?
Yes, I have bonded armor, and I permanently set aside 4 grit so that it's DR4.
Excellent. It's an excellent choice. Your armor is looking worse to the wear after that dent, but it is still in fighting form. Let's see. Top of the.
I mean, I think it probably like hit me in the horns, and my horns are sticking. Oh,
just like perfectly. Yeah. So now you've got like a large. Yeah. So there's just a huge piece of wood lodged on your horns, like threatening at any moment to swing around and beat you on the noggin. Let's see. Hirsute, is you up again?
I turn around and my brother. You want me to get that, or you got?
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, Bessemer, it's your turn.
I was gonna say, wait, again. I didn't get it one time.
You got no turns.
So I was all about doing my job, and then my job got harder. So I think I'm gonna head over to considering that fasole is at least not impaled, but part of an impaling situation, but moving. I'm gonna head over to DCI Beans, and I'm also we're gonna have to start to burn some health. But I'm gonna go ahead and start to try to heal, do some healing for DCI Beans. So we're gonna do some witch stitching. And is that for the grit that I burn? It's an equal health return.
I believe so. Let me check right now.
So in the other grit system games, it's 3 health for 1 grit.
That's right.
But obviously, I'd love to be healed and saved this round before I surely am just actually dead forever.
It's true.
So, up to you, Ethan, as the GM, if you want to allow a little.
Yeah, change the rules after it benefits.
It's true. I'm going to allow it. I'm going to say, in doing so, whatever like healing unguents and such that you have, you are at this point just like throwing bandages and charmed herbs at him, just whatever you could possibly find. So this time round it works, and you are going to run out of your healing kit.
Okay. Oh yeah, because I've got 1 left, I think, because I used 1 on something stupid earlier. I needed alcohol.
You mean something awesome?
Yeah. I was like, this will be fine. Great. So I've got 8 grit left. And is it 3 health for 1 grit?
So for this one time, we're going to allow it to be 1-to-1.
1-to-1. Okay.
1-to-1. Simply because DCI Beans is such a charming fellow, and I'll find some way to have there be untoward consequences later.
Okay, great. So then what I'll do is I'll burn for, to keep things on an even keel.
Mm-hmm.
Even keel. I will burn my remaining 8 grit so that he can get 8 grit back, and I'll be down to health in a total of 18.
Oof.
So I've got 18 health.
No, you're still doing.
I'm doing great.
You're doing great. Well rested, even.
But I'm using the rest of the grit.
Got it.
Okay. English healing, and a bit of tea. There you go, love.
10 and solve everything.
So what? How much grit does tea restore? Does all of your medicine at once jammed into my
tea
tiny
is just
furry.
after because everyone needs some.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
get it's 1-to-1, so you'll get 8.
8.
You'll
Okay.
get 8 health.
So 8 health and no grit. Okay.
8 health, 0 grit. I will also say, DCI Beans, that you just sobered up fast, real fast, way too fast.
Yeah.
You are not having a good time of it. Not only being brought back from the brink after already having such a hard year from being cursed, but now you are way too sober in a room where a staircase is attacking you.
This is basically the Pulp Fiction syringe heart scene.
100% it's like that. It's the magical charming equivalent of getting a syringe of pure adrenaline jammed directly into your skunk heart.
Right, but I'm speaking in skunk, but remembering scenes from my human life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, thank you, Erica. I don't think DCI Beans thanks Bessemer, but yeah, I appreciate that.
Thanks, Mike.
Much too sour.
I think if it's like the other games also, so I have like negatives, like I'm like messed up because I basically died. So yeah, I mean, I think to Vex's point in the chat, I was buried pretty much. So I think Bessemer's dug me out.
Bessemer of all of the beings here is going to understand that the most and not need anything from you in this moment. You know, like I'm good.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say, I think I'm
deal
like
with that in your head later.
Oh, yeah.
like,
not helpful. That's all. I'm not helpful in this combat.
You do have a halo, so you're sort of slightly lighting up the area that you're in. But like,
Did the lightning kill the? Oh, I don't care.
No, it did not.
Her suit.
You did a lot of damage, though. Don't worry. Okay.
So
Kind of want to go to Arson and be like, "Are you letting this happen here?" Or
Who are you betting on?
Arson's a little gobsmacked. She thought that she had, sort of made a deal with a cloaked figure who was also a whimsical piece of furniture.
No, he's a weird perv.
Yeah, not a combatant. Never read a bestiary.
Why do you think he's invited? Is because he's on the registry.
Bestiary registry of ambulatory sex pests. I guess in this case, just furniture pests. I don't quite
This
know.
is like
Sex
a hype house,
furniture?
but the opposite of that.
Yeah. So
I guess this is if a hype house was the weird like Egyptian temple on Little St. James.
I don't know the reference, and I'm gonna look it up later.
Well, I mean, a hype house, yeah.
Yeah. Arson is absolutely shell shocked. Let's see. After it is now the end of that round, so she's starting to like take the drying.
All right, I'm just gonna
claws
stab.
of Jimmo.
I'm
gonna stab
the
her?
guy No, I'm gonna stab the staircase again.
Okay. Yeah, she's using her turn to unencumber herself from this hot jam. Her.
Oh yeah, I also
official
turn my
uniforms.
brother and say, "Hey, do you want me to get that out, or are you good?"
I'm fine, brother. Thank you.
Okay, just making sure. I don't want to.
It's a new hat.
Yeah, it looks good.
Thank you.
That's a 7 to hit.
I can get you one later.
Positive way to look at that.
Yeah,
I just nod while I'm
Always say die.
always saying.
yeah, that's me.
There's also little birds circling my head above it.
Those are real. Those are actual real birds.
They were living in the beam. There was a wee nest.
Sorry, 7 to hit.
7 damage. All right.
No, to hit. Do I hit?
7 to hit. Let's see what we got. Dun 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 dun. Looking at my own stats. Ooh, that is a 7.
Never mind.
Clang.
Oh, we're doing tie goes to defender.
Tie goes to. That's interesting.
The attacker. The tie goes to
Yeah,
whoever
tie goes
started the action.
Yeah, it's you.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Good job, wife. Good idea.
roll for damage. Thank you.
4.
It's in the
4.
rules.
Thank you. I have no
you lose
working
it?
memory.
How do you know?
Pursuit. What was your roll?
4.
4. All right. Let's see. All right. So yeah, you can you describe your expert stabsmanship against this swift and looming figure?
Balustrade, right?
Mhm.
I guess I try to carve out a little piece.
Nice.
Says Glitzaruna 5 ever. Cut it into the Glitzeruna bros 5 ever.
Five ever. A
Z
little
of
skull
Serena,
and a little
like a
devil
cool
and a
Z.
heart.
Yeah. There's a lot into it. Well, I'm halfway done with it. I would draw the halo and the skeleton thing later.
You do this so fast that Balustrade does not have time to recoil, and once again like shrieks bloody staircase murder as
Still on fire, right?
Still on fire, which is actually with their turn now is also going to take then that additional 2 damage from the flaming.
And the bleed.
Yeah, and the bleed. Oh gosh, that's right. Oh wow, Balustrade is starting to look a little worse for wear. Chunks of the stairwell are starting to like fall off. The spindles lining it are moving askew. And Balustrade takes one look at everybody. It is now Balustrade's turn, and in a fury looks at everybody and says like, "Well, let's just kill it at the heart," and drills into the ground like a corkscrew, or I guess like a corkscrew. It's a spiral staircase. Drills right into the ground like a corkscrew, making a beeline for the basement where the avatar of the house is.
You could have just. Have you tried
Use the
uninviting
stairs. Don't tell him to use the stairs. That's regressive.
No, I mean, have you turned to arson?
Have you tried uninviting?
Yeah.
Well, I can't now, can I?
Yeah, you can just yell.
Well, why don't you become a ramp?
You are not accessible under any stretch of the imagination. He can't hear me.
When you say become a ramp, I stand up holding wee mushrooms and then just put them down.
Off camera somehow. Just disappointed and slow. Okay, actually, I'm gonna just insert this because I never actually put her in things. Number 5. All right, yeah. It is now Arson's turn. Arson is looking a little shell-shocked of all of this and sees this hole being drilled into the ground. Everything is shaking, everything is rupturing, everybody's move stats are so very crappy. So she does the one thing that she can think of and sees DCI Beans and thinking that he's still almost dead, like tackles him, trying to get him out of the way of a bunch of falling debris.
No, yes. Are you hurting me or thanking me? I can't stop you.
I'm the hero. I'm doing this. I'm saving your life.
I'm going to take you to jail, or the people who will determine that. There actually wasn't a lot of jail back in the day because it was huge cost. They just usually cut your head off, but.
In this, usually it's a very large fine, restitution, or exile.
I mean, the main crime was property crime
No
back in the day.
sake.
There wasn't really
This is
any
property
other...
damage, but honestly, property damage might actually be murder in this case if Balustrade gets away with it. So yeah, Balustrade has used his move to drill back down to the basement level where the avatar of the house is. Arson has made the incredibly misguided move to try and save a DCI Beans who does not need to be saved. It is now Beans' turn.
So basically Balustrade is not in melee range, and I don't have my gun, and I don't have my grenade, and I'm almost dead.
Oh,
and just sober.
And sober.
And
the
very
worst
annoyingly
thing
sober. Of that list, yeah.
I think I am going to try to get help from insert authorities of Turnip here. Like, I don't know if they're still basically
you mean, like, get on a boat.
No. This is my town. I live in the city.
Yeah, you live.
Sorry.
There must be like former detective sergeants, like people angling for my job, who thought just because I took a year-long sabbatical and am now a different species and can't really hold a gun that they would become me. But I'm still their boss. So I need to. I feel like we need help.
The fact that they think being a cop is about holding a gun is an indictment on the entire.
No, Beans thinks that.
Turnip Town policing system.
It's true.
Beans definitely thinks that.
So there is still the stairwell that was carved into the earth using, I believe, Fasole's spell in a prior episode. So you have a way to beeline right outside from here if you'd like to.
Wait, weren't we in the antechamber?
And
then
Never mind.
Balustrade went down, so I just run out the front door.
You're not going down. You're going out the front door. Super.
I think I yell backwards. I'll bring back funnel cake. I'm
Sugar,
not.
we're going down swinging.
Yeah.
I told you
yeah.
to put that in somewhere, Ethan.
But I am gonna look. So Ethan, I don't know if you want me to. It probably would make sense to roll like later because it probably takes at least a turn to get around to get anywhere. But I'm looking for like someone who could actually help us defeat Balustrade, if that makes sense. Like I'm not like running away. I'm trying to do call in reinforcements. That's what do cops say? Call for backup.
You are running away.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a cop. I'm running away to get more cops.
Yeah.
They're like ants.
Yeah. Should also mention that nobody in this world knows the word backup and what that means. So everybody is a little bit confused, but gets the gist of it from context. Yeah. Cool. So do you want to do that role as a B plot after this round, or do it right now?
You tell me. Is there if you want me to roll for something, I could roll for something. I'm just running to look for anyone who could help us. I no longer can help. My character has like absolutely nothing helpful to do, so I'm going to try to find someone else to help my
Excellent.
colleagues.
Yeah, let's and so also now that you are outside of this range, you no longer have the impingement on your the gravitas spell only is for the chamber that you're in. So the second you leave the house, it gets a little bit heavy. You can suddenly move a lot faster and easier.
If gravity is still have, we could just all jump down the hole.
Oh yeah, and like float or like stop yourself.
With a -2
cool.
movement.
Well, I mean, like literally, like it would be
leap down. Yeah, like the Ninja Turtles jumping after a transport module in the arcade game. Yeah, totally. Yeah. He said, being a 40-year-old man. Instantly.
I also agree that you're a 40-year-old man.
Joke's on you. I'm 41. Yes. So, Beans, I'd like you to roll. I guess this would be a reason check to try and deduce where somebody would be the fastest you possibly can get to them.
Yes,
with advantage because you're sober.
I'm always extremely reasonable.
Yeah.
With disadvantage because you're sober.
That's a 10.
That's a 10.
That's a 10.
Okay. That'll do it.
That's my big score.
Yeah.
Not escaping the Harry Dubois allegations, by the way.
Hooray for DCI Beans. Yeah, you quickly deduce that you might not be in line for or within shouting distance of somebody from your own protective force, but you remember that there are still a whole bunch of ghost workers, a giant worker, a skeleton who might be half. There are a whole bunch of haunted house workers who might still be in the immediate area. And in fact, probably have all huddled up in Arson's office and are very confused that she's not there.
Great. Then I am running to get them and explain the situation in a calm manner. And I think in my head, again, this all makes perfect sense. But what they would see, of course, and I know this is not happening this round, but when I get there and start speaking to them, is a skunk covered in like dust and herb poultices. So like covered in like pesto sauce, basically, is what I think a lot of medieval medicines really would have looked like. And just like, plaster dust, screaming at them about a magical vampire staircase. But yeah, that's my turn.
Excellent.
See if you can get the money too.
That's actually very important.
That's the next thing. First, we have to deal with the actual active, not shooter, active staircase vampire, whatever the term.
The active sucker.
Yeah. Let's see. Fasole, it is your turn.
Yeah, I think that. So sorry. Our staircase enemy is looking worse for wear.
Worse for wear.
Okay, so I have a move that I can do. It's a bad idea because it's rolling a d20, and with my current state, if I roll above a 13, I also instantly die.
Ooh la la.
Should I do it or should I do something else?
Don't leave me alone in this world.
Yeah, that's really scary.
Don't leave me alone in this world. What would I do without you?
Okay. Yeah, I think Fasole is looking at the staircase, looking at the danger, looking at his brother, and decides against rolling that d20. And instead goes to the staircase. Goes to the staircase.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. I can't find the
Winter
staircase
magic, by the way?
shoulders. damn it.
You can't what?
I can't find the staircase's shoulders.
Well, you can you can try and make a rough reason guess as to where.
Or you could ask a body witch.
Yeah. Oh.
Bessemer, do you see the staircase's shoulders?
Not from here. Hold on. So I reposition myself, lean over, look down. And what would we say is this is a reason check because
that would be a reason check using your body witch training knowledge and the amazing amounts of adrenaline that are coursing through your human folk body.
Okay. Well, yeah, I failed. It was bad.
So you look down into this pit of
maybe
this,
I just
like,
can't see it.
dark,
Yeah,
gray stained wood. It's very dark in there. It is a dark Gothic staircase with a gray stain going into a lightless pit, snaking down. You sort of see it serpentining down like a cobra, or I guess like a python. I don't really know snakes. Into the ever, like it is not a widening gyre. This gyre is not widening. It is tightening up.
And Fasole sees Bessemer looking at that eternally downwards sort of snake and says, "Brilliant!" And he takes out his drill and goes to, this is a spiral staircase, and so I believe it's the interior spiral is more vulnerable if it were to be damaged. And simply finds a wooden joint that's been hammered and just starts drilling it out.
Oh, so you're trying to drill out? Are you trying to drill out the central pole?
Yes.
Of this, oh boy. Let's see. And once again, it
this is a hand drill, also.
Yeah, and I'm assuming also, like with this auger, you are augering to see if it doesn't, what the future holds here. I'm assuming also as you're doing this, you are sort of repeating your mantra to yourself, like, this is not a weapon. I am merely doing home improvement. This is not a weapon.
Disassembling a staircase.
Yes, which is technically true. The best kind of true. Yeah. Do you what sort of damage is this gonna do? This is a really interesting question.
I don't know. I mean, I guess what will happen to it when this particular pin.
Do you leap down onto the staircase?
I think he just sort of scrambles down
trying to onto it
when it's getting dark, basically.
Yeah. So there is now, so the staircase is now, like, its head had been repositioned downwards because it is making a beeline, or I guess a vampire snake staircase line right towards the avatar of the house who you've previously met. But then that staircase head panel sort of like looks up and realizes it made a critical error because its tail legs posterior section is definitely up. So you are essentially drilling directly into its spine. It is now shaking and bristling and shrieking and screaming.
And I am not doing any damage to the actual support, only the pin.
Only the pin. Yeah, you are
part of the support together.
I guess that would, this would be like one of those old like fashioned nails, like the kind that are just like iron and just look like a weird triangle, like a weird pyramid sort of thing, like in there. You're trying to like loosen the joist on it. And let's see. I'm actually going to do I think this is going to be a resistance check.
This is not Spinal Tap.
This is Spinal Tap. Shrieks. I'm gonna burn 6 grit on this one. Let's see. Ooh, good thing you did too. So the stairwell is not shattering apart into a billion pieces, leaving only the ichor. However, its movement is quite encumbered at this and is now totally fixated on ruining your life forever. And is trying to lash out with the sort of top stairwell blindly looking for wherever you are.
Yes, come at me. Get my ass.
Well, stop getting my ass. Bessemer, it is your turn.
So is the stairwell coming up now?
The stairwell is, so you are the stairwell itself is going downwards. The very top of the stairwell itself is now lashing and flailing about like a dinosaur's tail, or an overexcited dog. A windsock, a used car, inflatable guy.
That guy.
A very excited dog. That's just uncanny.
I'm very good at that impression.
That's one impression.
So I have another question. When Balustrade was up above on the ground with us, is Balustrade's base solid? Was there at the bottom of this spiral staircase, is there any sort of, is it just the stairs, or is it there like the wall coming down? Is there like a room underneath the stairs?
I see,
what
like a
else
typical,
is
like
happening?
a little. No, so the staircase itself, three-dimensionally, the staircase there is no like cool little antechamber or like little little Harry Potter room, little under the stairs closet for torturing children,
cleaning products,
cleaning,
where like you might keep a stain remover.
Oh, I see. Well, there isn't one there, because Balustrade's form is sinister, sinuous, and ever changing. However, as in his true staircase form, there is no little vestibule underneath it. There also, this is a set. However, there are components left from where the staircase was before, because the spiral staircase originally occupied a place at the end of the antechamber, going from the first floor to the second, with the balcony around the entire interior of the room. Now there is a huge gap where that space was, because it was ripped apart, as the staircase, who was slumbering there, has now moved and is trying to drill down into the floor, flailing its tail around like an overexcited dog, if that dog was a vampiric staircase, hell-bent on murder.
Excellent. So what I'm going to do is I am going to burn 10 of my remaining 18 health.
Yes.
To use, can I use Chronolace?
Chronolace.
And pause time for 1 round.
One round equal to your initiative. Cast a spell. Yes, indeed. This means that for this moment in time, you are able to take 1 extra turn. For time has paused. Not only does that mean that time has paused, but anything that was falling in the air or flailing is held motionless in the air where it was.
Splendid. I love when my flailing balustrades are held temporarily encumbered invisibly.
Is it sort of like a clock stopper situation where, like, when you look really closely, you can see like the wings of the fly, like very slowly?
There, yes.
You see the drill, like a single spark slowly.
I love that
goes.
clock stoppers takes up space in our like metacognitive zeitgeist of what time travel is.
Because
it's Jonathan Frakes classic.
They did a good job.
You know, in very slowly, you know, the visage of a vampiric staircase is looking up, you know.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just not thrilled. Okay, so I would like to take this opportunity to do my I was gonna say my favorite thing to do on stairs, but I suppose my favorite thing to do on stairs would probably be slide down them. I was gonna run very quickly.
Those are
down out into the hole, down the bottom of the stairs. I want to get.
So you are trying to slide down the paused form of immediately. Okay.
Oh yeah. And so once I hopefully emerge at the bottom of the stairs, I'm looking for I'm looking for anything at a place that look like that for me. You said that the staircase is sinewy, so I'm like, what can I do as far as like how it connects to itself? I'm also very interested in like where it's going, because it said to the heart of the presumably of the house, and I still I'm convinced that there's some good force around here that needs like protecting and or to be taken care of in some capacity, even if others are the jury's out on the like, you know, whether or not it's a good force or a bad force. So I'm like, gotta get there, gotta be down like in the surgery room. You know what I mean?
Right. So at the bottom of the stairwell, you like looking down the hallway, which is looking less grotesque and rotten than it did before. And this is probably because Balustrade has been pulling more and more of the ichor that has been sort of coating this entire space from day one or from moment one into themselves to try and bolster it, leaving behind little tiny bits in this basement area of some of the foundation of the House of Breeze, where it was mounted as a set piece, and then also some of the pieces of the House of Eaves, the original ancient sort of structure that all of this seems to be built upon. And as that sort of rotten area is being pulled back, you see paused in time down here two sort of like headlight lights, the projector lights of the avatar of the House of Eaves, down the hallway where it had been lumbering up until moments before this. It is turning around, and up until very like a few seconds ago when Fasole was trying to completely dismantle it, had been Balustrade was clearly trying to snake their way down into this hallway to attack the avatar of the House of Eaves, who at this moment in time has paused, looking down the hallway. So it's actually kind of bright. It's very irritating. Because there are two projector eyes which are slowly blinking, but at the moment are still quite bright in your face. But it's sort of obvious from the paused moment that Balustrade was aiming right for that fella.
Okay. So I would like to so what I do is I turn so that I put myself in between Balustrade and our avatar friend, and so that I am backlit, and I stand facing Balustrade while time is paused, knowing that this then is going to be experienced in a very different way by everyone else.
Everybody.
And I just start, like I ground myself, I plant my feet down, like, and drop my weight a little bit. And I start like stomping my feet, in one of my feet, like just the heel. I'm grounded in the ground, but I'm like, boom, boom. Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise playing in the street. Gotta be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace. Kicking your can all over the place. Singing. And then continue. We will rock you. Boom, boom. And then I hit the percussion. And I'm hoping it works. I'm waiting to see what happens. And I just go into We Will Rock You by Queen.
All right.
As a spell.
As a spell.
Seeing what it does.
Let's see.
It always worked in 5th grade gym class to get us all amped up. And I know this house needs sound somehow.
It's true.
So I'm trying to power it up, and I'm trying to like make it feel ready to fight. And I'm like, I will be your fucking war flute boy. Let's go.
Let's see here. So this is all happening within one, I guess I should figure out what increment of time. Probably so one millisecond this is happening.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, play on the street, gotta be a big man someday. Got man on face, big as straight, keeping that can all over the face. We will rock you.
Wow. That should be in the reel. That's range right there.
That's fantastic. We are going to find out in the next round what the effects of that there were, because time is still paused, and people upstairs don't even hear that like high pitched, extremely fast thing, which is happening simultaneously.
Alvin and the Chipmunks version of
oh damn.
Oh no! Let's
Alvin
see
and
here.
the hummingbirds.
It's true. Humming and the hummingbirds. Let's see. Hirsute, it is your turn.
I guess I'll just jump down. Just jump
You
down.
only
the
die
hole.
once.
Well, I can die multiple times, but I'm just gonna try to dragoon the staircase.
What does that mean?
Like Final Fantasy style?
Yeah. Like you jump, I'm just impaling the staircase by falling on
Oh,
top.
you're trying to go directly. Are you using your knif?
My short swords, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So
yeah,
I'm
go
just
for it.
Oh, I guess it's like the link down A and smash brothers. Yeah. So I'm just trying to do that. Be like, you know what? Sure. I'm unaware of the singing. But I guess you see
Thank
me
God for
dropping
you.
in slow. I guess from Bessemer's point of view, you might see me dropping in slow motion.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
It looks cool.
It looks boss. Yeah.
I can confirm.
A skeleton lit from behind by a broken chandelier diving into a staircase after the staircase itself.
Also doing the move you would usually do with like a really long spear, but with like a knife.
It's like a
It's a short. I mean, a short sword isn't really that short. It's still long for like a sword, I think.
Long
Like,
for a
short-
knife, short
Yeah.
for a sword.
Always a bridesmaid, never a
Always a short sword, never a sword.
I've never been a bridesmaid in my life, to be fair. So, hey, if anyone watching the stream here in the future wants to ask me, and if you can find out where I am, then I will.
You might just be able to hire the A team.
Usually it's up to the bridesmaids to show up where they're told to be. It's that usually not like a hide and seek, but you wouldn't know because you've never
No, I'm
done
saying
it.
if you can locate me like on the internet, then yeah, I will
to
be a
invite
bridesmaid.
you.
Yeah. Sorry.
Hey, that's a fair price.
Yeah.
let's get a hashtag hirsute bridesmaid
Yeah.
trending.
Yeah.
It's a 3. I rolled a 3, by the way.
You rolled a 3? All right.
Yeah.
4. You have an absolutely fantastic flawless descent. Your sword is true, and you aim straight down. Unfortunately,
Is it that I just don't fall fast enough because the gravity has been
that's probably what's happening. Yeah, that's the thing. It looks like it's an epic slow motion scene in a movie, but the thing is, you're actually moving that slow in real life because of the gravity. Balustrade
I do think
has
5 meters per second is still pretty fast
pretty
acceleration.
fast, but not fast as an ambulatory vampire staircase. This time, just this
With
one
additional downward force due to its drilling nature.
So Hirsute, you are unhurt. You're with a great clang. Your sword glances off with a spark of one of the metal components of the staircase. You are now on its back. You are on the staircase itself.
just like one of my Japanese video games. Shadow Claws.
Yeah. So you hear I guess that would be like a
mumbling
Balustrade being like, unrelated, but could you get me the name of that video game later? Never mind. You're all gonna die.
You fiend, you'll never use our Super Nintendo.
It's the one Super Nintendo in all the realm. Probably literally.
I'm talking about game, but that's fair. Yeah, sure.
That's very charming to think that there's a magical artifact in a castle that you can go find, and it's just a working Super Nintendo with a small library of games.
Oh my god, and the Game Genie with the code book so that you can have unlimited lives on Super Mario
Game
Brother
Gin. Come
actually play it.
Okay, so sorry, we're in the middle of the battle.
Are we just being nostalgic now? Oh, okay.
Aw, it's a game that's built entirely on top of the bones of nostalgia. Let's see.
You're like that house that's built entirely atop the other house.
In the middle of our house, in the middle of our house. I watched that video like 10 times, by the way, at least. And like it's on a loop, so I don't know what that means. Just a very long time. Okay, it is Balustrade's turn. Balustrade, has temporarily, taken eye off the prize of trying to find the avatar of the house and I don't know, bite it, destroy it, kill it, whatever Balustrade was planning on doing, and is looking up instead, seeing a demon try and drill its spine out, and a fearsome skeleton hacking away at its upward pieces. Balustrade now bleeding ichor, on fire, in a last desperate sort of move at this point, takes the one panel that is still burning on fire from the spell that Fasole had cast, and is attempting to angle it upwards at Fasole, her suit, and anybody else within range above.
Great. Now I have to note,
Mm-hmm.
I have a power.
Mhm.
So there was technically a previous attack that was like I was in the range for, but I'm not sure if Mephitic Stank applied to that. I didn't call it out. But I have a power called Mephitic Stank, which is anyone attacking me suffers triple disadvantage on their first attack against me due to the magical nausea introduced by my malevolent presence.
Fantastic.
Love it.
So that say it one more time. The triple. It is a
triple disadvantage.
Triple disadvantage. Okay.
Yes. Due to my Mephitic Stank.
So this would be, let's see, with this detail with the -3, this might go. Ooh, I'll tell you what. That disadvantage definitely. Wow.
You got 3
Advantaged you?
Yeah. What?
I said advantaged you.
No, it didn't. That disadvantage, that sort of like superheated beam of fire, definitely dodges Fasole. It does not hit true at all. It instead hits the top of the house, far above it, which is now very much on fire. Everybody dodges this beam because of that really just unbelievably pathetic move roll, attempting to be extremely clever. Not clever enough, Balustrade. But now there's
We'll
a structure
have to
fire
talk
happening.
to them about the building codes for the insulation in roofs.
All right. Let's see. So
Sorry, did
that
Erica
happened.
freeze in that face?
Can you guys hear me?
Oh my god!
Yes.
That's even
Yeah,
perfect.
You
But
have
I am
the
frozen in that
perfect
face.
That's
the best
incredible.
face.
It's the best face, and also you cast Chronolace. Ergo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Getting a
Oh, beans.
screenshot of this.
Yeah.
That should totally be your LinkedIn profile. No,
Please.
this is
Like
very
I
professional.
just did a mimicry of myself doing it, but none of you can see that. So there you
It's
go.
so sad.
Well, I can see it. It's
I
Absolutely.
did a great job. Yeah, look at it.
You
So
did.
it's so original. So much like the original.
Let's see here. Okay. Having had that happen, there is now a terrible structure fire in the place. The House of Breeze itself, this wonderful, charming, spooky haunted house set, which had become terribly infected by this Icarus and the malevolent presence of Balustrade. Balustrade's would-be incineration of all of his foes simultaneously has been derailed by Mephitic Stank. Now the house is burning to the ground. And on top of that, a new player has entered the arena for just 1 second, and that is the House of Eaves itself. The House of Eaves is simply trying to do a single move check, which I guess I'm going to roll against myself really quickly. And I should do that again because I forgot which dice was which. Having no working memory is delightful. Let's see. Okay. The ball is still in Balustrade's court. The House of Eaves, seeing now what is going on, is, the ichor that had been sort of infecting this lower level has been drawn away. And so this strange like house avatar of big shuffling, shambling, rotten wallpaper, projectors, things that you'd find in a storage space, bits of old furniture, rotting beams, turns to see what is happening, and that Balustrade is now attacking the people that had been so kind to it in its hour of need. And so it casts, well, it's not even cast, it's an action called Bull Rush. This is the full force of a place attacking another place, and
God.
it is going to be for a possible 10 damage. That was a terrible roll. And an even worse roll. Balustrade slams full force into I guess this would be the neck of Balustrade looking up, and causes so that is for 6 damage. Balustrade is now rupturing. Who's on top of it right now? Hirsute, are you on top?
I thought you said I glanced off.
That's right, you glanced off of it. So the
oh no, you said I glanced and then I landed on the back.
You landed perfectly on it. What is your move score again?
Is D12.
D12. This is not going to pose a challenge for you at all. You are, this snake-like vampire staircase is now seething and writhing. Big chunks of it are coming off of in pieces.
Yeah, a lot of experience riding snakes.
A lot of experience riding both giant snakes, vicious furniture, undead places, just the whole works. This is really truly your wheelhouse.
Couch situation.
Absolutely.
I am standing right in the middle of this staircase.
Okay, and then your move score is 2, 4. No,
it's 4 minus 2 currently.
4 minus 2. So you are flung very violently into the antechamber.
Great.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, how much damage do I take? Is it more than 4?
It is just 4.
That's perfectly reduced by my armor.
So how's your armor doing?
I don't know. There's I think it just reduces 4 damage of each strike.
Yeah, so you're being tossed around like a metal toy, like an action figure at this point. With a loud clang, you have slammed into this wall. You probably are now looking up and seeing that the roof is in fact very much on fire and coming down.
I think if you've seen Metal Gear Solid Revengeance or whatever the one is where you play as Raiden.
Yeah, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, where he he scrapes on the ground.
He does it several times in the game.
Can we just stop building the Metal Gear? Why don't we keep building the Metal Gear, you guys? All right, it is now flash outside, several yards away, several dozen yards away, in the office for the special events manager of the council of the seasonal pavilions, Beads. Who has now encountered several ghosts. One actor who is now being given a fresh pair of skeleton legs, brought straight in from one of the underground skeleton networks. And 3 ghosts. One talking fox who is holding a cup of cocoa, wrapped in a shawl, trying to recover from their ordeal. And outside, for I guess just general good cheer and solidarity. One very tired haunted house giant carny. So that's who you find in the office as you burst in. This happened several minutes ago.
So you see, I think you're when we cut back to Beans, I'm at the end of even though this is only like 10 seconds later or whatever, it's like it feels like a 15-minute PowerPoint, but obviously it's magical.
In conclusion,
I've used all like wooden, like forest floor objects. So I have like a rock and some lichen, and I've made like the equivalent of the red string between the post-its with the mob bosses and capos, whatever. So I'm like, now you understand everything. And I think I'm probably frothing and like like my fur is like half gone on parts of my body. I probably just fall over, but I've tried to explain the situation. They need to help immediately. Balustrade, no offense to everyone else on the team, but is clearly going to kill. Total party kill. So if there's a giant, great. If there's anyone, great. Please go stop Balustrade, the vampire Balustrade, from eating the haunted houses and my colleagues.
So this team of actors is very hesitant to do this. They are non-combatants. But hearing you patiently and painstakingly beseech them and everything, I think Barracks, the undead actor, stands up, getting used to his new land legs, and he says, "It's like we owe it to them. We owe it to them for the work that they have done, and also We hired them, so I think we're liable for it. Hurrah! Huzzah!
Normally, I would ask to roll charm to convince everyone, but I feel like it makes almost more sense for you to roll charm against yourself, and I just help because I think Beans is kind of like wiped, and I was like, yes, what he said. Way.
If we didn't have 13 minutes left in the final session, I would have made you roll for it to see how well that PowerPoint was received or not.
Well, do you want to roll anything, or do they all just
No,
they're like reluctantly like okay,
and Barracks the skeleton is trying to get them all worked up. He's like, for the theater, Ghosts are going for the theater. Okay,
Phenomenon!
Solidarity forever, just look for the Union label as they all stream out of the office.
Ask if it's equity.
Yeah,
I know,
exactly.
right?
Thank you. They all, so just for expediency's sake, they all leap onto the back of this giant, and it should be mentioned this is the giant who has already gone through his pantags, meaning he is fully grown. This giant is 13 feet tall, which is why all the haunted house doors were built so stately and large, specifically for this one actor who takes care of a lot of the practical effects that happen that aren't magical, and takes great leaps and strides across this field. Right back to the house and sort of deposits everybody, kind of very unceremoniously, almost sort of like tossing all of you directly into the space. So if you would like to, for your next turn, you will be in the antechamber with everybody else.
That would make sense. Except if I have an option, then DCI Beans is definitely not going back to the haunted house with no grit, no health, no weapons. So I think I explain that someone has to be here for when the rest of the detectives, the gendarmes arrive. So there's the very important, this bureaucracy you don't understand. I have to write a report every time I do anything. I throw a magical grenade filled with jam. I have to write a report to the magical grenade filled with jam department.
Oh, yes,
I would like to think of that
Are you,
exact
like,
moment
lighting
Beans coughs up the grenade pen.
You're like lighting a cigarette as you do this. Like, it's all this paperwork, and I have to do it. Why are you giving me this trouble?
I'm dipping a scone in tea and with my little hands.
They're like, where did that even come from?
I found it over there. It doesn't matter. It's your office. It's my office now. Commandeered.
So you are staying put. She's got Arsene Fahrenheiter has a very handsome chair. And if you are staying put, as everybody bum rushes out of the door, like going to storm the garrison or what have you. There is also a very small fox with a little thing of hot cocoa or tea wrapped in a shawl, like who has stayed behind and turns to you and says like, I won't tell them if you won't. So you've got a little fox companion who also did not want to get involved with the action.
I deputize the fox, and now they are my forensics detective sergeant.
Your forensic
we're gonna have to
fox.
Yeah, we're gonna have to fox forensics. We're gonna have to. That's for clues.
Yes, fox forensics.
The fox was the guy from the police academy films.
Good luck, y'all.
All right,
Michael
let's see.
Winkler.
That
Thank
was
you so much.
Beans' turn, and it is now Bessemer's.
So, if I'm correct, I will be about going, buddy, you're a young man, hard man, shouting in the street, gonna take on the world someday. You got blood on your face, you big disgrace, waving your banner, stir all over the place.
And at that moment, time snaps back into place.
Okay, so it really sounds like waving your banner all over the place, singing
the effect of going out of Chronolace is jarring. It's absolutely jarring. But you see in that moment, the avatar of the House of Eaves has gone from shambolic to it seems quite energized. And at that very moment, the very second that it has been finished, you get to watch as time unfreezes for you, as the avatar made out of pieces of a house slams itself into a haunted onto a haunted staircase, who is then leaping around. It's also very clear from the smoke, even now wafting down into the basement, that there is a bad structure fire happening. That brings you to your current turn.
Oh, and now, so now I get another one?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah. So, okay, great. So I feel like now is not the time to abandon this rousing chorus that I've started.
Mhm.
So what I would like to do I'm down and so what I would like to do is using the other staircase that's inanimate and very much in one place. I would like to now do the other thing that's hard while you're singing of running upstairs.
We will rock you.
and I'm like looking at everybody like, come on, like, you know the words. And I really, really hope they do. And if they don't, it's a really easy beat to just pick sounds.
I don't think anybody besides Bess is Reggie in this group. For those of you turning at home, Reggie, well, maybe DCI Beans. Reggie are people who have an outsized interest in regular world artifacts, culture, customs. The regular world being the sister world to Seasons Keeper. But people can probably get the gist of it.
Can I get Bixby out of my bag? Can Bixby get out here?
Bixby, Bixby. With me? Be very careful with Bixby. There is a structure fire happening, and it is a ambulatory roll of paper towels. But yes, you can.
I mean, like maybe he's contained in my flammable anti-flame pack up, and just get his little mouth out to add to the cacophony.
Oh, baby, okay. Yes, we all know the words. Yeah, so you're going to continue to sing for your turn as you.
I'm just trying to get everybody because it's like at the end of Elf when we need all of the Christmas spirit. And so I need everyone to sing together. Santa's sleigh will never fly. And that's what we're trying to do is we're make the house beat the stairs. Come on, guys, sing.
Fasole, what is your reaction to hearing that speech?
Are you high?
We will rock you.
What the hell is going on?
I like the idea of you in the background just sipping tea, fist pumping, no other vocal commitment.
Just somewhere, yeah, you can hear it. Yes. You hear from the side, from the main doorway. You hear a thespian skeleton suddenly saying, "Yes, indeed, we shall rock you."
Yes.
You see, he's like, "You might have not known this, but this is my ark. I was born in the world of Earth hundreds of years ago. Yes, and but really, I just learned that music from a cassette tape a while ago.
I love cassette tapes. Rock you.
We will. Actually is a terrible singer. Don't tell Barracks. But is keeping perfect time.
That's the important part of this song.
That is the important part of it. Cool. Let's see. It is back to Hirsute. And this is it. This is everyone's last round.
I guess I'll go home. Actually, no, I'll go pick up my brother. I'm just gonna start.
Brother,
I don't know.
Leaving?
Yeah, I don't know. This it's kind of chuggy in here.
So you walk over to pick up Fasole.
Yeah, we're like,
he's been clanged into the door.
I'm just gonna like lean against.
Fasole is like fully like arms like face down, arms out, like fully like an X on the floor. And
yeah, I'm gonna like pick him up.
Thank you, brother.
The finale is going on. I'm just gonna stand over here. Like I walk down the back like it's a real staircase.
Should we leave?
I mean, let's see what they got. Like they seem to be doing something.
All right, let's go check it out.
Well, yeah, I'm just gonna stand over here and watch from here. That's it. That's my turn.
Okay. Hirsute, I should mention that as you turn with Fasole, on the floor where there are now hardened, steaming chunks of magical red jam, and an Arsene Fahrenheiter is nowhere to be seen. On the floor is a scepter with a piece of quartzite on it, which has been.
Oh yeah, the quartz. Oh yeah, what magic was that?
That was a so that is a scepter capable of casting with a little bit of grit and effort one spell, and that spell is beam.
I meant what's the tag?
Ah,
I just want to know if I have access to it.
which tags do you have access to?
Hang on. I put combat, guile, spring, summer, undead, winter.
Yeah, you have access to it because the tag on this sucker is winter.
Oh. Actually, wait, no, hang on, I got a better idea. I'm just gonna pick
Okay.
I'm just gonna
Just gonna
point
pick
at
it up. You're
I'm
like,
gonna point at the fucking vampire circus. I hate this guy so much.
Yeah, get him.
I hate this guy so much. Like he's your least favorite coworker from the coffee shop.
I hate this
I hate
guy.
this
I'm gonna shoot him with a magic beam.
He never replaces the filter, and it really pisses me off.
You kept turning
right,
on the
it's
lights in the
gross.
basement.
Yeah, how much grit is it?
It is free.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I'll do it. What do I roll?
Roll for combat.
Okay, cool. You know what? I'm gonna spend 3 grit
All
Yeah,
right.
you are.
since that's what I have left. Also because I've been rolling very low all the other times. 7.
7. That is a success. You you hold it in your hand, and this is a very fancy little artifact here. It feels like it's been put together with chunks of things with maybe shouldn't be sort of celestially duct taped together, but duct taped together celestially they were.
Like the Shinzo heater?
Like the what now?
Abe heater? I mean, sorry. Not
The contraption.
Oh
the
God!
device.
Let's not get political, Hirsute. But to answer your question, yes.
It's logo.
The doohickey.
He made it.
Yes.
It's a fact
Yeah.
that it was made.
Yeah, no, that's true. It is a material fact that it exists. Yes, exactly like that. Just imagine a couple of extra millennial like duct tape together. Something from the Splendid Age, something from Winter, something from Winter Magic, and a little bit of Technics thrown in there for good measure. But with a 7, it is a success. And so you feel an icy sort of sensation, even through your bones. You feel it. As the scepter handle turns very cold, and then this piece of quartzite, this orb on the front of it, starts glowing a hot white, and a beam launches out of it. Let's see, and with that attack, with that success, let's see what happens. Oh wait, it's not going to matter because thanks to Bessemer's singing and pep talk and magic acoustics, the House of Eaves itself has been revivified and is pinning down Balustrade in place. So Balustrade cannot resist this attack.
The magic of music,
The
children.
magic of music.
Music is the real magic here.
There's no way to resist that.
Music.
I would
the
like you
magic
to-
of carpentry.
Ah,
I would like you to roll a d12.
What?
Hirsute.
Pursuits.
Oh, me. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I misunderstood that completely. All right. You can all see this in the Stillfleet Discord. 7.
7. Yeah. So with this bizarrely janky artifact and your success, the 7 comes and it refracts around and it attacks again. So that does a 14 damage directly to Balustrade's tailbone, which Fasole had been so painstakingly chipping away at beforehand. Yeah, the beam hits square and true. Just as a bunch of ghosts singing, brandishing, I don't know, ghost table eggs or something, union cards or whatever, are bursting into the room. The beam hits Balustrade, who lets go an unearthly wail, a sound of fury signifying nothing, because Balustrade's corporeal form is destroyed utterly as it falls together with pieces. The ichor surrounding Balustrade then coalesces into I've got to take a drink later. I said the word coalesce. Coalesces into a disgusting looking Icarus sort of ball. Attaches itself to a couple of pieces of beams, and turns into a wooden bat and starts to fly out of the building.
Like a baseball bat?
No, like a bat. Like a bat made out of a baseball bat.
I like the idea of just a baseball bat and not a wooden animal bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that
flying
now.
out of the room.
It is a sphere stitched together out of parts with a flapping noise for no reason.
Somebody catch that bat. Somebody catch that bat. Sorry, I had something in my throat.
Is there is there any way that my foxy friend and I can throw down our scones to arrest the bat as it hovers near the Union office?
Yeah, you can do your best. It is you see this sucker flying out of this burning prop. Yeah, it is oozing malevolence from its gray sort of drippings.
The only things I have left, really, I dump everything else out of the sack, and now I just have the sack, which all of my belongings must be carried in.
Can you throw it? Can you throw it 20 feet in the air? Can you launch it?
Almost certainly not, but will you allow me to try with the magic of dice rolling?
Absolutely.
Almost certainly not.
Is this an attack?
This is an attack.
Great.
An attack
I will
for
roll my d6. And I shit you not, a 6.
What?
Perfect.
So all right. So what happens? I would like you to describe your reaction as you really with all of your focus, really too sober focus, launching the stack into the air with what you think is a total Hail Mary, but it must either catch a waft of the burning air of the structure, or maybe a little pocket of the low gravity left over from his original curse.
Well, I think I heroically dump everything out and put my scone down and then toss it without looking, assuming that I miss. I've already turned back to Fox Foley guy. And I'm saying, so this is usually how a lot of the job goes, right? You're waiting on someone to say, hurry up to wait. There's a lot. And,
that's really interesting. It's so interesting.
And as you said, the smoke wafts the thing right in the direction, and the bat tries to dodge it, but the way air is unpredictable, the smoke it falls with the bat, and the bat winds itself in it more and just falls to the ground in a sack, and everyone else, not me, rushes toward it presumably, and it is in a sack. Maybe there's still some pipe tobacco and a couple crumpled up pieces of parchment in there.
There is now a malevolent entity, up to no good, in the form of a baseball bat, inside this sack, lurching and screaming around, moving around, but quite helplessly inside it, as it is now a severely diminished form. You can scoop that sucker up if you want to, or just leave it on the ground. Either way. Everybody comes streaming outside, cheering like, oh, it's fantastic. Oh, it's so good. It's excellent work. I always said you had a knack for theater. Nobody has any clue what that means. But I guess it's high praise from the skeleton.
I know what it means.
Yeah. They all turn around and they're like, oh, this is burning to the ground. Yeah, crap. Well, 3 other houses, I guess.
We didn't start the fire.
Oh.
Technically, I started the fire. It's my fault.
Brother, we do not actually have to say that.
Ethan, this would be a really good time to iris out, the camera on a drone is circling up and away.
That's like a thunder cats as everybody's laughing at it.
It's also real flame. It's a mix of real flame and cartoon flame, and real smoke, which is you're choking on, and also just cartoon.
It's really dangerous.
Cardboard, gray,
it's
spray painted
really
gray cardboard
smoke. Nobody has any idea what the fire or smoke or this is going to do.
Yeah.
So presumably, the grateful haunted house denizens will pay you out the extremely small amount of 25 silver, which you have earned from this. DCI beads. You will probably need to make some sort of report to the Cabinieri, or the defense initiative here in Turnip Pursuit and Facility. You can stick around if you'd like to, or perhaps would like to exuent back to Winter, whatever you feel. And Bessemer, I think that you have perhaps made a new companion or friend, somebody to visit. A truly bizarre and ancient creature now living under this cordoned off and very strange area. Thank you so much for watching the House of Eaves, everybody. I would love to hear everybody's outros at some future point and find out what happened to our people as they all jump for joy in a free frame. My name is Ethan Gould. I go by Ethan Gouldini on all social media. Yeah, so you had a freeze frame earlier. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to Jeff, Ben, Erica, and White for being such stalwart actors these past 4 sessions on the very, very first live play and also soon to be YouTube play of the Sometimes Kingdom. This has been the House of Eaves, and I wish you all a very good night. Remember, everyone, everything is alive and nothing ever dies.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And remember, smash that like button.
Bell.
If you liked it, also we could do a denouement chatty. We didn't really have time for it this go round, but I'm always down. Really, it's up to everyone else's schedule. But
denouement.
Thank you, Ethan. Thank you for running the game. This is the first ever time we played Sometimes Kingdom live, right? So it's it's being play tested.
Sometimes Kingdom.
Yeah. All right. Ending the stream.